This is a Headgum original.
Awful start.
It's okay, we'll fix it.
Okay, I was making sure my microphones were right. They are.
I like when you start the theme song.
CEO.
And we can't hear it?
You can't hear it?
We did. Halfway
So
through.
what's the problem? Halfway through.
We did, but you started it.
You need the whole theme song. You need the whole theme song to get ready. The whole 10 seconds instead of 7.
Well,
I
it's
think
like
it's nice.
sometimes we're having a conversation and then...
It's called the cold open, right? It's like, oh, what if we were just chatting? And then suddenly it's like, well,
Yeah,
actually,
but-
this is the show.
Yeah, but the cold open starting 3 seconds into
I'm
the theme song
I'm bowing out of the argument now.
Let's
There's
stay in
something
it for a while.
confusing about how angry you are and how many throw pillows are behind you. There's something that's not...
dissonant.
They're related.
Relaxation,
No, they're related.
irritability, quick to anger, slow to self-regulate.
Title of ep, girl, so confusing. That's Geoff.
That's funny. That's funny. I don't remember what Anya, the Elton John bit was a fucking flop on the show. Were you not mad at that? I was pissed.
Okay. I do think you shouldn't have told people what it was.
I didn't. I told you. Well, yeah, I shouldn't have told Casey. I shouldn't have told
Yeah.
Casey and Amir. You told Marika, by the way. I actually have a bone to pick with your ass.
She
I don't
told
think I
me
did.
that she was learning lines. That's all she told me.
And then the bone is only with Marika, by the way. This is the same fucking. It was like 3 weeks of a planned bit. Marika's like,
Yeah.
Because you had an audience of 3 extra people that could have responded well. So don't put it on me.
well,
Yeah.
you're a fucking regular, all right? I count on you. I don't count on
business
Grace.
Business casual was on that episode.
Sure. But you're also correct in that there was Grace, you, Brad, and Amir.
Yeah,
Or Casey or whatever.
Brad,
But-
Casey, Amir,
And
Grace.
Amir. So 4 people. And,
but you
and
already showed it to Amir and Casey.
I'll give Amir and Casey the pass. I will.
no,
Who I
not
won't
Amir and
give the
Casey.
pass to-
You did that.
I'll give them the pass for not reacting. I'm saying who should have been like, wow, this is gold, was Marika, Brad, and Grace. Emma, have you even seen this?
I
Explain.
liked it.
Explain to me
The
why.
internet loved it. The
Well,
fucking
I liked
commenters.
it. I mean, I liked it physically.
That's fine.
I can't tell. I'm not going to tell you how I felt about it, but I
Explain
liked it.
to
I don't
me
need you to feel any
why
type of way because you weren't
that-
on the episode.
Why
don't
did
know
you
what's
expect
going
something
on.
from me, and what did you expect from me?
Instant joy,
Do a
delayed gratification.
do a little thing of what you wish Marika did.
That was perfect.
That sounds nothing like her. That's not. She would never do that
Sounds
about
like
anything.
you.
Yeah.
That's my read. You know, you're not going to get a Marika ass read out of me. I am who
But you're
I
an
am.
actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to a
And
certain
I'm
degree,
who I
and
am.
people will disagree with this shit. Kieran Culkin just won the Oscar. He was just being himself. At a
He
certain
wasn't,
point,
for
acting is
sure.
just directors saying, you are this character almost, and you can get yourself the rest of the way. The disappearing into a role, I've never seen
That's
someone
not-
disappear into a role. Everyone just is.
You've never seen someone disappear into a role.
Name a role that you think was an actor disappearing into a role. I'll tell you why
Timmy.
they didn't.
Timmy.
Timmy.
Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan?
Timmy.
Yeah.
Did he win the Oscar? I don't
No,
think
and he
so.
should have.
And he should have.
No, I agree. I really actually think he should have won it. Adrian Brody's speech was awful, by the way.
So
He didn't say
annoying.
anything. I'm just like,
Loser
shut the fuck
shit.
He
up.
said nothing.
Loser
And
shit.
he
Also, what
said
was
it
he-
so,
what-
so
he-
slowly.
Why
Was
didn't
he
he go
alluding to the fact that
home?
he was canceled and then welcomed back
Yeah,
in?
but he wasn't even canceled. It sounded like that, but it was just that he didn't have jobs for a while.
Right,
And he
so-
did. They just
But he
weren't
did.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is not our
They were
fault.
fine. He was in Wes Anderson movies.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot.
Listen,
I
he
will
used to
say,
go home
when
and
they cut to
parent
his
Harvey Weinstein's children and
Okay,
shut
there we
up.
go.
Wait,
That's what I was
sorry.
gonna say.
Her
Yeah.
kids were
That-
Harvey's?
Smoke show of a woman spent the better part of the last 20 years married
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein.
Only-
which I learned
only
at the
divorced
Oscars
him-
party. 2021.
I've been
What a
saying
terrible-
this because he
I
picked
didn't
her
know.
out
Family.
at
I
the
didn't
Golden
know either.
Globes.
This is
He picked her at the
awful.
Golden Globes, and we're always cutting to Georgina Chapman, former Project Runway guest judge, but no one's ever talking about the fact that she only divorced him in 2021.
That is crazy. I didn't know she had any relation to Harvey Weinstein
big
until
one.
last night. Yeah.
Kind of a big one.
Kind of the biggest you could have.
I didn't know last night.
Because it's not his parent. Well, it might be his parents' fault, but that's a terrible family.
Yeah.
And it really should have been Timothy.
I didn't like that he said Popsy.
Yeah,
you're not their dad as much as they'd like you to be.
Well, he's their
anyway,
Popsy.
I mean, to spend 5 minutes 40 seconds saying nothing,
Yeah.
saying
which is
we should
what
all
we've
smile
done so
more.
far.
and to be like, I've been here before. Like, turn the music off. It's like,
That's-
Which I did think was funny.
I can't tell if you're talking about the start of this episode or Adrian's speech.
Yeah.
I'm talking
You
about
kind
Adrian's
of
speech.
give Brody vibes.
How? I have a perfect
Self-indulgent.
My nose is
cut
great.
people off.
Mhm.
You would throw
His
your
nose
gum
is
at
great, too.
His nose
Marika.
is great.
You would throw
I
your
wish
gum
I was
at
as
Marika.
svelte as Brody.
Yeah, you would throw your gum at me.
That was also super rude, and I would never throw unless it was mastic, which is reusable.
Yeah.
Guys,
And broke your jaw.
that's true. Well, TMJ. The point, we shouldn't be dwelling on the lack of reaction from people on last week's episode. Anya, we should be dwelling on the fact that you gave an incredible performance.
Thank you.
It was convincing
It
enough
was.
that sorry, Marika. I'm trying to praise Anya for the first
And I'm
time in a
trying to-
while. And you're actually interrupting.
Well, I
She's
was
getting
adding
her flowers.
on.
You
I
didn't
was
give her
also
her
adding
flowers
on.
last week, and you're not letting me give her her
I posted
flowers
a
now.
story that said she should have gotten a Josker.
That's right. And by the way, we were at the Oscars twice. So
Yeah.
How do you figure?
That clip of Elton John was because he was nominated for,
So this is
and
what I
that
wanted
was
to talk
there,
about.
which was important.
Which, by the way, makes the clip look like so much more relevant in
I know,
hindsight.
which is crazy. A real
That's
180.
never
'cause,
happened to me.
Yeah, usually your bits mean nothing and then they disappear from the world
And-
forever and no one
and
talks
I
about
really
them.
assumed that was a clip from like 20 years ago.
And you know, that's
I,
the equivalent.
I had no cultural context from when it took place.
They
That-
did cut to Brandy Carlisle a lot. I thought it was Greta Gerwig, but it was Brandy. And I was like, that's my girl. I disappeared into her kind of in a
Yeah.
way.
That clip being at the Oscars 6 days after our shit came out would be the equivalent of like if they did at the Grammys Jesse or Paul McCartney edition. And it's like, holy shit, now I look like a genius in hindsight. Monday morning quarterbacking this shit. I was proud of the response that I think was due to not only Anya's performance, but also my ideation of it online. All right? People on Instagram were loving it. Shit. Grace, cut that out. At Jeffrey James on Instagram. YouTube people were fawning over it. They were also...
Well, I do think your fans love you, and when you grovel and beg for attention, they give it to you. in a way.
And when
Yeah.
you say a single word like malaise in an episode,
Sure,
everyone
sure.
repeats that.
Not
in the
repeats.
comments.
I think it's sentiment that was
'Cause
there before.
You kind of led them. You were like, no one appreciated this, and so then the comments came in, which is why I
I'm
don't
giving
really
a
feel like
compliment
people.
to your ass, and you're
I know,
turning
which
it
is
around
nice.
and being like, you.
It's nice
shouldn't
of
take
you,
that
but
to
I
heart 'cause
don't
it's artifice.
take it. It's not earnest to me. It wasn't earned because like you had to beg for it a little bit.
Okay. Well,
So we don't know how people really feel because you set them up. You led.
Yeah.
was
You
a
don't know
leading
how I
question.
really feel.
And
You
we
really
never
didn't
will.
give me a chance to respond.
if you thought the Elton John documentary clip was the only thing yesterday's Oscars validated,
That's right.
Conan had a fucking Bond of the Week.
Yeah.
He really did.
And it was
it was a
really,
good
really
one.
good. Yeah. What was it? It was like the senior VP of operations at Amazon, Steven Geisler or something.
Yeah.
Actually,
they cut
Steven-
to broccoli a lot.
Yeah, which,
They were
you know,
kept cutting to her.
I really am
Big
sad
broccoli
about
man.
this because I am a James Bond head, and they really they kept it going as long as they could, and I think they could have continued into the future, but instead now it's going to be a fucking streaming movie, which is like a direct to video equivalent, and they're gonna milk it for all it's worth, and it's gonna fucking water it down. There's not gonna be.
Okay.
They're gonna have a Bond movie every fucking week. They're gonna have a streaming series, which it should not be a series. And they're going to take what's special away from it, which is that every time it drops, it's a movie, a major motion picture event. Marvel, they did this. They're going to Marvel it. And I'm not going to Marvel in it. I'm actually
Yeah.
upset about this shit. That being said, let's get to our Bonds of the Week. Mine this week is Gonzalvi Bitch.
And that is
Who's that?
He's the CEO of Bic. And that's his real name.
Yeah, it shouldn't be his real name.
Well, I just figure, like, imagine a 007 with a better name than Bond himself. I mean, he's going to have to be a good enough actor that he can pretend to be someone with a name that's kind of fine. Because he's so used to being Gonzalvi. / Mr. Bitch. The name's Bitch. Gonzalvi Bitch. What?
Do you think he
That's
goes
really
by
good.
Gonzo? Gonzo bitch?
Bitch. Wow, that's really good. Mr. Bitch is what I want you guys to call me in the office
That's fine.
Okay.
when I need to lay down the law.
Yeah.
Anya, what do you got?
Grace, you're gonna have to cut this, but I do need Geoff to know that this name exists. So I'm gonna nominate someone I'm emailing with right now as Bond of the Week. Yes.
And I want to be clear. I told him this, and then I
and he didn't
followed
react.
up on it. A little commotion for please.
I really wish. Yeah, maybe in a couple months we'll reveal the name behind a paywall. 'Cause
So this whole
person-
thing has to be cut.
fine.
This is just a conversation.
Not just
we're having.
bleeped. Just bleeped.
Okay.
Yeah, just bleeped. My Bond is gonna be Margaret Qualley, I think.
I
Because
didn't
she
know
was
they were introducing her as the new Bond girl. And that was like,
Yeah, why
what
was
if it was
she
the
in
new
that?
Bond period? It's 2025. Why does she have to be the Bond girl,
That's true.
Emma? Look
that's true.
inwards.
My Bond
Look
is a gender
inwards.
switch, so just wait for it. My Bond is
Well,
a
who's
gender
the
switch,
Bond guy,
and it's doing something
then?
interesting with age. So
I'd love to
hold
do a
on.
read to be Quayle's guy.
Bond girl, Jeffrey James.
But
That would work.
I wouldn't even mind it. I could halve myself for it. I could get ice thin for the role.
Ice
All I-
thin. Ice isn't really even thin. In its
Icicle-
usual
icicle
form, I
thin.
guess.
Fine, thin as glass.
It's kind of blockish.
Yeah. It's, icicle thin is like a really long triangle.
Carrot
Which is
style.
like
the
the ankles.
still
Yeah.
still resonate there.
That's
really
true,
good.
yeah. No, I would thin myself into an ID for Quali.
Like a license?
Correct.
If
I
I
don't
said
know
an
if she
IV,
wants that from you.
You don't think Margaret wants me to be the consistency
I don't
of
think that's what's standing between you and Margaret. It's
yeah,
like,
I think it's.
I feel like
it's
the
a
door is
jack.
right there. I just can't
Your
make
body
it through.
dysmorphia.
Yeah. The door's
I do-
open. I just need to be able to slide through.
You are
you just need to be able to
perfectly.
turn
You thought-
sideways and slip yourself under it.
You thought the substance was her sending a message to you.
Absolutely, yeah.
She's talking directly to Geoff.
Wait,
If I
are
could
you
just
the substance?
perfect the substance and not get
Who
old.
was the guy who looked exactly like Demi Moore in The Substance who accepted an award last night? Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
I didn't. I wasn't
No.
comparing them to Demi.
Wait,
Demi
Demi
Moore in
Moore,
The
Demi
Substance?
Moore, can
No,
you
Demi,
get thin
Demi
as
Moore in the
glass?
bathtub in The Substance, kind of Demi Moore as the Six Flags man in The Substance. There was a
Oh,
man who
you mean
accepted.
Nosferatu?
Oh, the fucking score.
No.
The score, the brutalist score guy. He was
Yeah,
hot.
the,
Yes,
yeah.
He was
hot.
You say
and
haunted
yet-
or hot?
Hot.
Anya.
Hot. He was hot.
He was hot.
He was in a indie band in the 2000s that was like Pitchfork famous called Yuck.
That's funny.
And he's hot. And he kissed Brady Corbett on the mouth.
A lot of kisses on the mouth
A
last
lot.
Yeah,
night.
Adrian
kisses on the
Brody
mouth.
kissed
A
Guy
lot of
Pearce on the
kisses.
mouth
Yeah.
They'd be
And it
doing
really
that.
was like,
Halle
oh,
Berry
oh, oh.
kissed Adrian Brody on the mouth on the
in
carpet.
front of his wife, by the way. Hasn't she been through enough? I didn't even know the Harvey piece.
Just his girlfriend, I think, which is worse.
That's not worse.
Emma, who's your
Or maybe
Bond?
it is. I don't know. I think there's a bell curve of when it's like offending to me versus fine. Like, yeah, we've only been dating 2 years. Now you're going to smooch my girl. And then it's like, we've been together for 12 fucking years. Have at it. It's fine. But then it's like, that's my wife of 30 years. You get away from me.
Yeah, this is the curve.
Yeah.
The curve is like this. Wait, Emma Bond of the Week?
Isabella Rossellini. I thought she looked
yeah.
so cute last night in Blue Velvet.
So good.
Shocked they didn't give a better tribute to Lynch. And
Yeah, they did. They also didn't shout out the Nickelodeon actress. What's her name?
Michelle
Trachtenberg.
Trachtenberg.
Michelle Trachtenberg. Are you fucking
She was
kidding
on
me?
the QR code version.
That's insane. But they gave it to like some
so
weird
dark.
sound. I bet it's that she wasn't in the academy, and they're all like
That's what I
hoity-toity about
thought,
it.
but there were other actors that died that wouldn't have been in the academy that were like in the SAG award part.
Yeah. All right. Any other round of the week, or can we move on?
Yeah, you're
We
right.
can
This
move on.
this bit is dead.
All right.
No.
Emma, this made me think of you.
Jesus.
Wait, sex, hugs, holding hands, cheek kisses, eating. I'm a slow reader.
Can you read it out
What?
loud for the audio listeners?
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry.
We
So
obviously love them.
it's the Drake Hotline Bling video, and it's him going. It's like him doing
Putting
the
his
first
hand
move,
up
and
like
it's-
nah to
no, and it's like sex, and then
The
it's that
second
same
one.
photo like no, and it's like hugs, holding hands, cheek kisses, etc. And then it's him giving kind of like a closed eye, like yum. kind
That's
of
the
look
one.
at.
That's Goldilocks.
Hating yourself so much that you believe you'll never find happiness with anything or anybody, nor that you deserve it, so you never try anymore, and you've come to terms with the fact that you'll be forever alone, but yet it still makes you depressively lonely and more self-loathing. So what about that reminded you of me?
I just saw it on my Explorer and I was like, Foley style.
Okay.
We'll set this one out. You guys take your time with that.
So
Yeah.
I feel like I need more to respond.
You
But-
want to keep talking about this, or can we move on? I don't understand what your
You
reaction
can.
is.
You're begging to move on from two segments that you made us do. I would say
Not
neither.
me.
Of
This is
which-
the outline. This is the episode. You guys get mad at me when it's just a whack.
Yeah, you're being
So
Mr.
acting like
Bitch right now.
I
You're
feel like I
being
can't
Mr.
win.
Bitch.
I feel like
You're acting like the outline of the episode exists.
this is
as
why we
this,
need a
like,
Libra on the
objective
show.
thing.
This is why we need a
Not
fucking
something you
Libra on the
created.
bitch. We need someone to balance us out and equal justice. Because I don't feel like I'm understanding what you guys want
Who
out
do you
of
think
my
that
ass.
person is ever?
What do you mean, a Libra?
I'm a Libra.
So figure this out. Wax or segments? Because when I bring segments, Emma's like, well, you're forcing us to do this bullshit.
Well,
We don't have to do any of this.
You were mad at me for asking follow-up questions.
You know what? I'm not
No,
gonna.
she wanted to.
Let's take a second. Let's just regroup. I don't want this sour to get into the latter half. So let's just take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Ooh.
All right, and we're back, taking us straight into
Christ.
Marika's sores. Basically, how many cankers does Marika have?
0.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right, new novel title, Jolita. It's exactly what you think it is.
You're writing it?
I was thinking of writing it. It'd be kind of the. I feel like you can't say anything anymore. You know what I mean? So I feel like I write this, I get canceled, but then we still kind of celebrate Nabokov for some reason.
Well, it's not a pro. He's not. It's kind of an
Yeah, have you read
anti-hero
Lolita?
situation. Yeah.
I
And sorry,
did.
Jolita, that's
I'm-
spelled Geo.
Geolita.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
yeah.
sure. wanted to make sure.
I
Yeah, yeah.
really went JOE.
I did too,
So
but
did
then
I.
watching his face, I realized it's from his
J-O-E.
perspective as the Joe.
J-O-E.
Yeah,
There's
right.
no way that would make any sense.
Oh, I
You're
wasn't
right.
thinking that either.
I probably shouldn't write the
Something.
book because I read the book a different way.
In a different way. Yuck.
Backwards.
Yeah, I read it like a Buddhist text. So it was I read right to left.
Interesting.
What did you think I meant?
Yeah. We thought flip book style.
I don't know what any of this is about. I don't know why people are so up in arms about the content.
It's not pro, just to be clear.
I've never read it. I just feel
Okay.
like the premise is fucked up even if it's not pro.
You're right.
Oscars recap. This is where I kind of have it.
Now?
Right? Kind of fucked up of the outline.
Kind of fucked up of that outline that exists kind of as the platonic
yeah, it's like a
ideal that
limited
no one has any
liability
influence
outline.
over.
Wow, the outline's crazy today.
I registered it, with an agent at Zen Business, so I don't have to have any liability towards the outline. Every week I do this, by the way. I don't know why it's never come up. No, I feel like what happened there with the Oscars. Timothy didn't didn't get his gold. I don't think Adrian should have been lauded nor applauded for just looking concerned a bunch.
He looks good. That's like the one thing that's really good about him.
Yeah, but so did Timothy. By the way, Monica Barbaro is unbelievable. She should be in everything. As
She's
Joan?
Great.
Yeah, she's great as Joan Baez.
I'm not saying she should have won this year, but let's keep our eye on that Monica.
I think Tom Cruise is doing a good job at that.
What does that mean?
He not saying that he got her roles, but like post doing Top Gun Maverick, he was really like pushing for her to get jobs, which is really nice of him.
So you think that he's trying to recruit her?
No, just like being a good role model in the industry sort of thing.
I don't think it's sexual in this case.
I didn't mean that. I meant Scientology.
And I don't think it's that either.
And we're not touching that.
I know, but then you made a bad face.
Yeah, that's true.
Do we know that Headgum podcast recurring guest was in Complete Unknown?
Yeah.
Who?
Oh, yeah. I think you can say it.
It's clear. It's clear. Geoff should know. Who do you know that was in a Complete Unknown?
You know who was in that movie?
I don't know anyone who was in that movie. I thought.
Yes, you do. Gianna.
Gianna Kinchin was in it?
Yeah.
She's an extra. Featured extra.
Oh, not that featured.
Well,
More
yeah,
featured
her
than
scenes
you were.
got cut.
Welcome to State of the Gum 2025. Guys, where are we fucking at as a company and as a show? I want to dive into the inner workings and air some grievances, some dirty laundry, and some industry secrets of Headgum, both the podcast and the network. Now, we just signed Wayne Brady's show. He had a wonderful live show that I didn't attend because I didn't know was happening until everyone was lined up for standby, and I wasn't going to drive to Koreatown to get denied. We're in a great place, it seems like, financially, and the direction is clear. The VC firms are happy, I want to say, right? The burn rate is thinning and thinning at my expense, but I'm still happy about it because suddenly the terms are net 30 and I don't get paid for 4 weeks.
He's so mad about this.
Yeah. Wait, Geoff, should we go over how you should be invoicing? Is that what you want to do?
I've been invoicing fine.
Once a month for the previous month. Net
I
30.
get that.
Yeah,
I understand
it's
that.
We know
always
you've
been
been
net
asking.
It has never been that. I used to get paid a week later.
That was just because we were very diligent about it.
And now you're choosing to not be diligent.
It's just the company's
better-
So I'm
growing.
racking up credit card debt.
You need
I
to
think
manage
that's your fault. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to figure that shit out because I kind of am like, it's a credit card. I'll pay it off at some point, and then I'm in debt all the time.
Pay it off once a month after you get paid once a month.
Yeah.
That's true. It's not about state of my finances. It's about state of the gum. Let's start with Anya. How are we feeling about the state of Headgum and the Headgum podcast? Oh my God, I'm a fucking idiot. Respectively.
Show could be canceled any minute. Not a lot of ads.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a bummer because I know you're putting more work into it now, but it's kind of like that the train's already moving and you're like just kind of trying to, you know what I mean? Like all the actions that you took last year are affecting us now. So all the actions that you're taking now to make the show better won't have an effect on the show until like 3 to 6 months from now, but at which point it could be already canceled.
Sure.
Sorry, did you want a real answer or a joke answer?
Which one was that?
That was
If this show gets canceled, I'll just start the same show with a different title and have a Patreon. So fear not, audience. Plus,
What
then
would
we
the
won't
title
have to
be?
have. It'll probably be called like the Jedgum podcast.
head jump.
Unless I get like Jedgum. Unless I get like a brand partnership or rather a bread partnership, which I've wanted for a long time. I could get sponsored by Breadlum, and then it could be the Breadlum podcast.
Yeah.
Or
We
Bread Gum.
If you're listening and you want to sponsor this podcast, definitely.
I feel like it's a matter of me working harder, which I already have been for months. And it's also a matter of the ad sales team really kind of locking in the deals. Because you know how many brand vetting requests I get? And then I approve, and then they don't book a ad package? And don't tell me that's the brand's fault.
It's the brand's fault.
Marika, state of the gum, state of the network, and then state of the show.
I don't really feel like I have any state of the network updates. I'm kind of kept out of things, so
That's cool.
I don't really have.
There's no way you're kept out and Anya's kept looped in, though. Now I don't believe that was a real
she was
answer,
speaking.
Anya.
She was speaking to the state of the podcast, which
Definitely
I
am
could,
kept out of big picture stuff.
Sure.
which I
because
could
I have
do, and
Direct
I
line with you, which
yeah,
is dangerous.
and I agree with everything that she said. I think one thing that we could work on is coming up with a really good pitch of this show for people that don't know what Headgum is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could go on other shows and be like, I host this show. It's blah, blah,
Sure.
blah.
See, this is great. Marika's giving pitches for how to make the show better, how to grow the audience, and how to get the ads. Anya just said this show could be canceled by midnight.
No, you asked
that
me
was-
for a status update.
that
so
was
I was giving
good.
you the status update. Marika's coming up with solutions on how we fix it.
Marika,
That's
I
kind of
asked
how
you
it
like
works.
2 weeks ago, do you think the show might get canceled? And you said no.
You asked me?
Yeah.
I don't think it would get canceled. I think that Katie would really try hard to let that not happen.
That's cool. So how do we do that before Katie gets involved? Because frankly, I feel like she has the shyest touch.
The fuck?
No, I'm just saying everything she touches turns to shit.
Yeah,
Maybe you
we got that.
misunderstood.
Yeah.
The beauty is she doesn't listen to the show. There's no worry that she would hear that. And if she did, I was
Oh,
kidding.
we'll be telling her, of course.
I was kidding. I was kitty moose.
Okay.
Nice.
This is that gold. You're not gonna get this with any other host. All right? This show
That's
goes away.
true.
I just start another one. This is a
I
cancel.
have a pitch for you, Geoff,
Sure.
for ad sales.
Okay.
So recently I don't know if you guys saw this, and I don't know which Slack channel it happened in, but there was some sort of pitch for GLP-1 brands that want to start advertising on the network.
You want
I
me
am
to start
kind of-
taking Wegovy?
Unequivocally against advertising GLP-1s, but maybe this is really your angle. This is how you kind of turn to ice. We get you on something serious.
So you want to do a branded
weight loss
content
injectables.
month where
Yeah.
for 4 weeks I start taking semaglutide or whatever the fuck and thin myself into
It is
non-existence.
good.
Well, that's where you have the GLP-1 attitude,
Yeah.
which is really just the
That's a new
irritability
segment.
that comes with the liver issues.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
exactly.
jaundiced in ice.
Oh, that's really good. That's good.
Yeah.
There's so
you
many
should do
side
a
effects.
whole month where you just go for brands as hard as possible.
Preemptively.
Yeah.
You've already done
That's
that. You've already done that.
I did one episode sponsor that was like a preemptive sponsor. What was it? I don't even remember. This was like 3 weeks
Well,
ago.
you did the song about Blue Chew.
Right.
And
Nobody
then-
even liked that
That's right.
shit.
Yeah. And then you did another one, I think.
Well, let me ask. Well, so
I'm really outing myself as not a listener of the podcast.
this is why we don't get ads. Even
I
our
know.
own
I know.
don't listen. Even
No,
episodes
we
you're
need-
not even on.
You're right.
We
There's a
need
direct line
to-
between me not listening and you not getting ads.
We need to
Sorry.
explain why people like to listen to this.
I think
in-
we've shot
in a
ourselves in the
pitch.
foot that it's called the Headgum podcast. I think it should just be called Jeffrey.
That is kind of the opposite of what we were thinking because
No, it'd be like
and
Ellen.
this is a point that
We
Anya
need to
made.
distance you from the brand until you were just like a figment in the distance.
But we want to make sure that to sell the show, we feel like the best way to do that would be really hyping up the fact that it's Headgum staff together. It's like our beloved staff podcast.
Okay, I'm not
because
loving
we lead,
that.
We lead with your name, and you're not TikTok famous yet, so that doesn't really help
Yeah.
sales.
Okay. Well,
For
that just
now.
feels like a pitch issue. That just feels like the little blurb that's sent to them via
Yeah,
Gumball.
that's what we're saying.
But you're
I think
also
that
saying the
we
content
should-
needs to change, and that's where I feel like I mean, Okay.
I think you just need to get on Ozempic, and that'll fix a lot of these issues.
Okay. With the show or just with it, my general?
I don't know. I think we'll see.
Yeah.
You might get funnier the flatter you get.
I'm worried the side effects would infiltrate the blood-brain barrier and I wouldn't be able to come up with this gold.
You might start looking like a bobblehead, and that would be kind of visually funny.
I mean, Conan kind of looked like that last night, and my girlfriend did point it out and was like, he looks so funny. And I was like, yeah, I feel like if I looked like a pole with a head.
He's tall AF.
He's like 6'6", I think.
Sorry,
Yeah, that
finish that.
sounds
If you looked like a pole with a head, what?
What do you mean?
You would be funnier? Or you too would be as successful as Conan?
Marika, you gotta help me out. I don't know.
I think that's a pretty straightforward question.
You started that sentence. But
Yeah. Do you think you would be funnier if you looked like a pole with a head?
Probably.
I like to think of this show and Joel and Jeff's mind as just like a drive that is constantly being wiped. Like you can only look forward. There's no.
I don't know what
looking back,
happened on
there's no
last week's
memory.
episode.
Yeah.
Other
there's
than
like-
what I didn't get that I deserved. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you really stuck on that.
So basically, I need to start taking invasive elective medicine with side effects that they say have been studied. I don't trust that they have.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't trust it either.
If you do that, go on some podcasts and then just like pitch the show really hard as something everyone can understand.
Okay.
I think that's I think that we should call this. I think that we should like frame this show as like, what if a podcast network that made award-winning podcasts made an anti-comedy podcast?
You don't want to say anti-comedy. People immediately tune out. It's just not, and this is real. I don't think people like that. Even if that's what it is, they don't want to be told that that's what it is. I think.
That's fair. I can't think of anything else described as
a
anti-comedy.
comedy panel show hosted by the staff of the Headgum Podcast Network.
I do think if you bill it as performance art, it's easier for people to get on board with what you're doing.
Yeah. I don't think we can call it a panel show. You don't really let anyone get a word in edgewise.
I don't think we can call it performance art.
So what? And I'm hearing all this and I'm open to it. What can we call it? I think it either needs to become more my main manic, every episode is a manic depressive episode.
I think it's an improvised comedy podcast.
It's kind of like Jiminy Glick. Only
a
I'm
good candidate
thin.
for GLP-1, yeah.
I'm away.
In the way that it's like a character's put on, but I'm not enough of a character. I feel like it's not enough in any direction, but people love it.
I know.
Well, you are a character. You are playing a character. I'm trying to think of another.
But when people meet me in real life, I'm always
that.
like, they're never that shocked that I'm not like this.
You know, it's like Triumph the Insult Comic Dog. That's kind of your closest comparison.
But that shit's not funny. It's not funny. The insult comic dog. I hate that thing.
Okay, but that's what you do. You come on here and you berate and insult us.
No, this is like Between Two Ferns. That's what I tell people.
There's like a whisper of like Norm Macdonald's show.
A real quiet whisper.
I would say it's like
barely audible.
It's a tasteful scream.
I don't know.
I think it's like you're going on Carson, but Carson's not hosting. Don Rickles is.
I mean, Comedy Bang Bang, I think they describe Scott Aukerman as playing a characterized version of himself. And I think that that's probably like the tier of character that you're doing. Like he's making jokes that he would make because it's him, but that is now been developed into a character. But obviously
That's
the show's
nice,
not
Marika.
Comedy Bang Bang. It's like you doing Comedy Bang Bang with real people that don't want to give you anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could start your own network too, and maybe sell it to Sirius. That's a path.
Yeah.
Forward.
I mean, I don't get enough support from Headgum as it is, so I feel like there wouldn't be much of a difference in terms of the production help.
What support
I text
are you
with him.
looking
I
for?
text with him once a day, by the way.
Yeah.
Text with him every
No,
day.
the production, the tangible shit is there. We have scheduling, which Anya does a great job at. Grace mixes and finishes out the assembly edits these days. She's amazing at that, and we're so lucky to have both of them. But what I'm not getting enough of is the emotional support. Right? I feel like I'm berated constantly. I feel like I'm made to feel small and like it's my fault that we're not growing the audience when I'm doing everything I possibly can, especially recently. And then I'm met with putting in unbelievable effort. People are loving it. Perfect episodes. And then I'm met with the show's going to get canceled. How's that fair to me?
I think, to be fair to you, it's less berating, which implies that we think about this show often and like participate in a conversation with you about it, and more of like a absolutely ignoring the fact that it exists and that you do it.
And I also
It's got to be wrapping up sometime soon. Yeah. It's like the outline is like a fifth character. And there's just no way to control what's happening.
But sometimes the outline's not even there. And that's a wax episode.
Right. But today, outline says play entire theme song to Family Feud. the outline
And
like
this is
a
the Price is
Ratatouille.
Right, to be clear.
Oh, it's true. Sorry.
Maybe, Geoff, you need to kind of like, you know what? I'll save it.
It's so rude, ultimately, of you to talk
interrupt.
over. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Marika's got
Great
a nice
flute.
voice.
I mean, at this point, he's repeating it.
Okay, so we're just gonna.
We're gonna just go ahead and we're just gonna. I'm gonna just check my email.
Yeah.
Oh, so many important things to reply to.
I need to
Urgent.
pee.
Urgent.
How much longer do we have?
Oh my god. No.
Welcome to the Price Alt-Right. This
Bummer.
is
Bummer.
a reboot of a very old segment. Guys, this is all sort of right of center iconography items for sale, and
just
it's
sort
Price
of
is
right
Right
of center.
rules. And just barely right of center, I want to say.
Yeah, just
at
a
least to the
touch.
way I calibrate things.
Well, I mean, where center is these days, let's be clear.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
it's obviously...
No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Keep going.
Grace, why don't you cut that out? I want to try and stay apolitical in the show. Anyway, so there's a bunch of garbage here that's for sale, and I wanted to see if you guys could kind of guess the price of this shit.
Excuse me.
I think that's $25. for a
Okay.
MAGA
I'm going to go 40.
49.99.
That's interesting. Fucking MAGA hat. You think it's 25?
Mm-hmm.
All
Emma
right.
thinks that.
For-
I think it's 40.
And I
Anya
think
thinks
it's
it's
$49.99.
Anya's absolutely correct. That's going to be
What?
$50, and it's out of stock.
When I
Moving
bought
on.
mine, it was only $25, but that must have been because I bought wholesale.
You bought it in
I bought
early,
it in bulk, and
2015.
so I got a
Yeah.
Yeah.
discount.
All right.
Did
Headgum
you
gift.
resell or?
It's on
I'm
Grailed.
sitting on it.
She's on Poshmark, giving
Yeah.
it out to the girlies.
Grailed is a punch up of Poshmark. But anyway, tiki torches, 4-pack. What do we think?
4-pack.
Wait, are tiki torches right wing?
And we should also say that she was at Charlottesville. We're learning a lot about Emma Foley.
Right.
She thought she was there for like a backyard hang
Yeah.
where we have some nice lighting.
I'm gonna
And then
go
sure, let's walk through the streets, she says.
$34.99.
All right.
4-pack?
I think
Yes.
75.
Do they
Okay.
come with
I'm going to do
the kerosene?
Let's just come on.
$60.
Oh, incorrect. No, that's going to be $29.68 for the 4-pack. Kind of a good
Wow.
deal. Moving
Cheaper
on
than a
to
hat.
Yeah.
My
I was
Pillow.
robbed.
My pillow.
$43.99.
Okay.
65.
Okay.
$1.
Marika's correct. $49.98.
Wow, 2 cents cheaper than a hat.
Unless you have a discount coupon code, in which case it's 14 even.
This whole thing is feeling very
Deep discount.
yeah.
How about a fucking gun?
Okay.
Grace, maybe blur that just in case.
I'm going to blur it.
Yeah. Or cut this whole thing either way.
This is going to be a Glock 17.
It's going to run you
if that's helpful.
$1,300.
Interesting.
Is that how much guns cost?
So that's what I have no idea. I have no
don't
idea.
know.
But we
I
should
was
be
gonna
arming
say
the lab.
I'm trying
$99.
to work backwards from that stuff I said before.
Marika, what are you
I
thinking
have
in
no
terms of a
idea How
gun?
much the gun costs?
$99.
All right,
I'm
and then
gonna say $350.
All right, that's gonna give it to Anya because it's $508.99.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah, here we go. 2014 Ford Raptor lifted 27,000 miles.
This is so twisted. By the way, this is feeling very Trump first term.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one I think I wrote in like 2017 or something. I just
And
found
we're just
it.
reusing it. Okay, cool. Got it.
Well, the outline does what the outline
Yeah.
wants.
I don't know what you want me to say about the outline. Yeah.
Can't control him. 65K.
Okay.
27K.
All right, Marika, come on.
$1.
That's gonna go to Emma Foley because we were looking for $42,970. Moving on
Wow.
to
I don't know how much
Storm
a
the
car
Capitol
is.
style.
Me either. Is this
Is this
Viking helmet
authentic?
fur.
Yeah,
Is it
thank you, Marika.
authentic?
Thank
It's
you.
off
Is
of
it-
Etsy. It's gonna be a cosplay item.
Gotcha.
So
I think it's going to be
yeah.
$158.
Okay.
I'm letting Marika take it first. I feel like I'll work off
Oh
of her
my
number.
God. Guys, we don't have all the time in the world. Come on.
Because you
We
think I
do.
know about cosplay?
Just feel like you'd know costumes.
Oh, this sucks.
You
you
like
know,
the theater.
We both hate costumes.
True.
I'm gonna go
didn't know that.
$200.
All right. Anya.
I'll do $1.
Anya wins that one on because it's actually going to be $120 even.
Wow.
Yeah, that
I
makes
was
sense.
closer if she said $1.
This
But
one's
Price is Right rules.
this one's right off
Oh,
of
yeah.
Marty's bumper.
Stop.
It's a thin blue line sticker that says, "If you haven't served, you wouldn't understand."
Do they mean like in a restaurant or?
I was thinking of like gay guy. Like,
Yeah,
you need, like
if
a
you
bitchy
can't
little
turn a
purse.
look, if you
They're
can't
talking
turn
about
a
the
look,
police
you wouldn't get it.
force. They're talking
I
about the
see.
cops.
Got it.
Do you say served? I thought that was just for the military.
I think a lot of people who think along these terms don't know what any of the
Right.
law enforcement is.
Did I ever tell you guys that one time I saw a bumper sticker that was the Mickey Mouse outline, but it was thin blue line. That was
Sorry,
really...
wait, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but Marika, when did we start making the episodes an hour and a half? Or are they sticking to 45 minutes? Because I just don't think, I feel like Anya's speaking with
Shut the
the
fuck
length
up, Geoff.
as if we have double
Let me say one
sessions.
thing on the girl episode.
$3.
What is it? It's a picture. What is it? This is a sticker.
It's a sticker.
I'm mad now. $25.
I just managed to stick my fingernail into the
That's going to go
cut
to
that
Emma
I
Foley because
had
it's $11.99
on my finger.
All right, last
I'm
one. This
sorry,
one's my
Marika.
favorite, and I actually did buy a pair. Here we are.
This is what you wear when you go to the Thai massage place.
Don't tread
Oh my
on
God.
me, full back granny panties.
Yeah,
But not the flag. It's just the text, and it's
Yeah.
really printed on the waistline.
Yeah, it's so
don't
high
tread
up.
on me. It's
Yeah.
really high up.
Yeah.
That's just so that, it kind of shows over the dockers.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a funny like whale's tail.
yeah.
Yeah.
Snake's tail.
$50.99.
She said 15.
15. And I said $9.98.
All right.
And I'll do 16 even.
Anya wins the whole thing. She got the most right. I wasn't counting, but it just feels that way to me. That was $32.39, and that's the end of the Price Alt Right.
I didn't get to say my story.
Guys, feel
about the
free to
sticker.
have played along. Feel free to have played along.
yeah, feel free to rewind and play along again.
Guys, we made it to the end of what was not a Wax episode, but what ended up kind of feeling like it. This one's sort of the outline's fault. But I think it was still a solid up nonetheless. The energy was
We've
brought.
only been
Thank you guys
running
to that.
46 minutes, and you've been cutting me off every chance you get.
The rapper?
Yeah. Acid
No.
rap.
Guys, we had some good stuff in there. I think people enjoy it. And you guys brought the energy, which I appreciate. So that's all we have. Plugs. Let's make it through.
Let's not forget 2 minutes of that was the theme song.
Not every episode can be the Joskers. Not every episode can be Rice is a River. But this is still better than
Emma and
most
Geoff, do you have the
episodes last
same
year.
mug?
I know, it kind of been interesting seeing it happen in the two windows. They do
No,
Cheers,
I mean, they're
together.
just
Mr.
cute.
Mr.
Bitch.
Bitch, yeah. Forget that being my name. That is your name.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're
Fine.
interested in my
Wait,
personal
Marika,
life? You guys
cheers.
never asked me anything about
Marika,
myself.
cheers.
It's just, what is it? Oh, it's a Wax
Imagine if
episode.
we
Now
got
we're gonna roll
a
our
Diet
eyes.
Coke sponsor.
I
I would
literally-
die.
I would cry.
You know what's crazy is from my house, you can see, when on a clear day, you can see to the mountains.
To my
and-
house?
Well, yeah, and I have like two telescopes that I put on at once because I didn't know what binoculars were. And I just checked to see if you're looking at your email 5 seconds after I send one. What could you possibly be doing that's more important than accepting my invite? No, but when I started the record, there was snow on the mountains, and now there's not.
Whoa.
You think all the snow has melted in 45 minutes? What are you talking about? Genuinely.
Also, you started that sounding like you were going to quote Sarah Palin, and then you switched to
I can see
on a clear
Anya from
day-
my house.
on a clear day you can see forever. On a clear day you can see Anya from your house. Is what
Russian
you're trying
Anya. Russian Anya.
to say. Follow me at Marika Elon on Letterboxd.
Based on this performance, you want them to do that? You might want to save that for like the next episode.
Oh, we have a meeting. Listen to Wayne Brady's new podcast. It's called Wayne Brady's What If with Jonathan Mangum. It launched yesterday. If Geoff puts this out this week, Thursday, March
I'm trying to get
6th.
Wayne Brady on this show. I'm a huge
It's
fan.
shall not happen. But it's on YouTube, and subscribe, and it'll be funny.
The
if
next
you like
time
Wayne Brady,
he's in the
you all grew
office,
up on
I'm
him,
going to be dressed as
sure,
Gandalf, and I'm going to be like, "Ye shall guest." What?
And then also Casey
CaseyMakesMovies.com.
he launched a Kickstarter for a movie we're all helping him make.
Don't say help. You're producing the bitch.
Yeah, I don't want to take it's his movie. I'm producing it with him, and everyone here is participating as well. CaseyMakesMovies.com. It's a Kickstarter. There's cool rewards. Emma, you'll be looped in kind of when the time is right. Yeah.
We are the
When it's
campaign's
time
already
to get the money out.
Sorry, the
That's
campaign.
when it- that's when you
I did
come
for that's right. Well,
For
right
me.
now, actually, yeah.
as of this
Kickstarter is
record,
launched.
as of this past
Cool.
Monday, if you're listening to it on Friday, the Kickstarter's gotten to 10,000 out of 50. So
That's
they're
pretty crazy. It's
20%.
been up for a couple hours.
Only 3
Yeah.
hours. So it's already got
Last
some
time I looked,
heat.
it was 6.
So
Yeah.
sorry. In all seriousness, the Doughboys are executive producers.
Yep.
They came on to back like a big chunk of the project, and now we're trying to raise money for like the other half. The movie's gonna be
And
really
do you want to
cool
say
and
who
weird.
the lead is? We should say.
So
Do you want to say who the lead actor is?
there's like no lead part for you, Geoff. I don't know how to.
No,
we
I'm
are
not
really
talking about.
excited to have you in.
I'm not talking about me. That was a joke for Casey, and he's not even here. All right, that's it.
No, Emma, plug.
Emma.
Let me. I hope it got me saying, "Let me."
Come back after the credits for this. This is good.
At Emma Rose Felly on Instagram, but more importantly, Headgum has a new show launching called Here to Make Friends, hosted by Liz Feldman and Jesse Klein. Incredible comedians, writers, showrunners.
Do not be shaking your head, Geoff.
Yeah.
This is
And
what the
they
network's
have
spending their time on and not our show. Our show
very
gets
exciting
laughs.
guests coming on. We have Nick Kroll, we have Bridget Everett, we have Lisa Kudrow, we have Jenny Slate. Go listen, watch. It will launch at the end of March. Let me.
At Jeffrey James, at I am Jeffrey, at Jeffrey James on Instagram, at I am Jeffrey James on TikTok. We're making himstory over there.
That was a Headgum original.